Hello, hello, hello. It's your girl Aquame. Hope you're having a beautiful day. I'm here to do a July check-in for the collective. Okay, I hope everything is going well for you this past weekend with the holiday that just happened, if you were celebrating. All right, but we are moving forward with this month, so we're going to see what energies are going to be popping up, what we need to pay attention to. You know what I mean? See whatever comes out at this time. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. If you need a reading from me, check the description box on how to reach me. You can email me and we'll talk, okay? But let's get this going. Let's get this started. All right, angels, ancestors, guardians, and guides, thank you for being here with us today. All right, our higher selves in alignment with the universe, and God is always and forever with us. Okay, let's see. What's going on for the collective for July? What do we need to be discussing today? There we go. Oh, I thought it was two cards. Ooh, reflection. So illusion, self-examination, and distortion. Okay, so I feel like this is a breakthrough moment with this reflection. You can see yourself here. You may be seeing yourself in someone else or seeing things in a different light. All right, looking back on things. Now we're going through this Mercury retrograde, this number 13. I'm hearing you got to do a review so that you can change. Okay, so that's what that number 13 is giving me on this card. But it's reflection, all right? This deep-rooted reflection as well, all right? Taking a look. I'm hearing a man in the mirror. Okay, we all got to do that sometimes. And there's nothing wrong with that. But this reflection, you may be also looking back at relationships that you have or situations that have happened, where you're standing in a particular place in your life, right? You're doing a lot of reflecting, which is good. That's what we got to do to open up, our minds and our hearts to what we truly are looking for, right? And also learn those lessons. When you see a reflection, you know what you truly look like. You know what something really looks like, right? But it could be some sort of distorted image too, right? I don't know. Somebody has a distorted way of seeing things, or I don't know. You got to be mindful of that. If it's not you, it could be somebody else who is definitely projecting, right? Because the reflection, you're seeing a projection of an image, right? So there could be this energy of someone trying to project their thoughts and ideas, right? And you got to stop and think and say, is this really mine? Do I feel like this? Is this the way that I want to move, right? Am I saying yes to the right thing? Am I saying no to the right thing, right? So I think you need to stop and think, because things can happen very quickly, right? And then you can kind of take it the wrong way. It can be perceived the wrong way. Okay? So let's see. Let me get another card here with this reflection. These cards are so big. Let me do it like this. These cards are huge. One more card for the collective with this reflection. What is going on? The purification and the fire. Let me not show her too long. She ain't got no clothes on. Forgot how YouTube is. All right, so we're looking at, oh, wow, and the number 14. So 13 and 14, you're ready to move on. That 13 is a transformation. 14 is making peace with the transformation, okay? So this purification and fire, you're getting yourself, it says bare essentials, the naked truth and wholeness. When you look at yourself in the mirror, that reflection that you see, what does it look like? Do you like what you see? Are you used to what you see? Have you really taken a look at yourself to appreciate who you are, or to look at a situation even if it's not yourself you're looking at? Sometimes you got to stop and just look at a situation and really kind of grab the whole picture and say, okay, is this what I was trying to create? Is this what I wanted? The fire here of purification is like a reset, a restart. Okay, bare essentials. You're not using something that's old, a way of thinking. You're just not doing the old things. Okay, because you're going back to the basics here. The naked truth is I've realized what it is that I need through self-examination, right? And this wholeness that is being felt, that you may be starting to understand with yourself, this like who you truly are, what you truly want type of thing, right? You're no longer allowing your life to be distorted in those ways where you can't see your path clearly, right? You are the light, is what I'm hearing. All right, so it's like your path is lit by you. It's not by anyone else, it's by you. That reflection that's there, that light, that brightness that you see is you looking back at you. Okay? The naked truth, man, this is going to be some type of energy I see where something is like heavy to deal with, right? That naked truth forces you to do a self-examination. It forces you to look at what's really happening and be like, hold up, what's going on? Okay, so you could be, feeling kind of plagued about something, right? The truth is coming out though. All right. You're going to see where something is coming from, why something is happening. Okay. Purification also, that word means to get rid of things. So with fire, definitely it burns it away. Like it burns it to crisp, I'm hearing. But with that burning, like if you burn the land, it still grows back, but it grows back renewed, refreshed, right? So almost like a phoenix rising type of energy here. Okay. You have you have the loving man and attachment. So this could definitely be a relationship or just something here where your heart is feeling it right now because of how much you kind of held on to something. I don't know. What is going on with the collective? What's going on? Heartbroken. I don't want to talk about that. Come on. But I feel like this is the learning lessons. This is the learning lessons of life. I feel like we're taking off the training wheels as well. You may have let a lot of things slide with someone else, or you could have also been in a situation where you kind of just got used to certain of your own ways. We can get used to we can get comfortable in our own ways that we don't even kind of see what we're doing, right? We don't see how we have an error in our ways. It's man holding a heart and attachment, right? Holding on too tightly to something, holding on too much. Number 45, number 5 is here, okay? 5 and 9 is like definitely completions, changes, crossovers, okay? Hello, Hannah, how you doing? Thank you for being here. All right, she's here in this white dress though, with this white mask in her hand. She's looking at it, and it's like breaking some type of breaking away from something here, like the energy of just purifying, like just because she is tied to the post, right? But she's in this white, so it's like this energy of wanting to, having the ability to easily slip from something, right? It's not a real attachment; it's an illusion. That chain that's on the arm here is like an illusion. It's not real. Okay, so fake love, all of that. You got to pay attention to that, right? Listen to people's words. See what they're doing. Not being so easily to give your heart away either, or give up what it is that you have and take your cup and pour it out for somebody else. Okay? Holding on to some of that for yourself. Clean it up. Number 21. That card talks about clearing out the cobwebs, clearing out the something that's old, right? The oldness, the attachments, and exchanging gifts. This card is so beautiful with that pink, right? With the cat here and the ballerina fairy lady. But there's connections here that are this exchanging gifts would clean it up. It's like, and then you have attachment, right? The man holding the heart. It's giving me situations that don't actually progress. They kind of just stay the same, right? The exchanging of energy doesn't really, it's almost like holding on for the sake of holding on versus just allowing something to be, seeing something for what it is and allowing it to be, okay? Allowing it to float away, allowing it to do what it's supposed to do, this cleaning up energy, higher power. So this is definitely divinely guided type of energy here of something being taken away, something being pulled apart, right? But only to be put back together in the right way, right? Only to be put back together with lessons learned and a glow up of sorts, right? Once you experience a situation, when you come out on the other side of it, you can kind of see the full situation of it and progress accordingly, if that makes sense. All right, so not holding on to the past, not holding on to what once was. This is an understanding that cycles end, that things come to a point of having to just let it be and you move on. It goes where it goes, right? The exchanging of gifts here, it always happens, is always going to continue to happen, but with the right people at the right time. So when the cycle is done, you got to know when that is, okay? Because I'm even seeing this cat, like he gets bored. You can only entertain a cat but so long with something that's shiny and sparkly, right? So it's like it has to be more. Something has to it has to grow up. It has to gain a new skill. It has to, it has to level up. And if that's not happening, if it's not happening in a complete totality, it's like to clean it up. Certain parts are dirty. Excuse me. Certain parts are, hey, how you doing, Julie? Certain parts are, how do I say? What you're exchanging, if you don't clean up your act, if you don't present yourself in like your highest form, you're exchanging bad energy. So there's something here about that exchange of good energy versus bad energy, good things versus bad things. What are you getting in exchange, right? I'm seeing like the kids, they play with their toys. You give them the space to play with their toys, but when they're done, they don't clean it up, right? They expect you to do that, right? It's like I done what I did. Now it's your turn to, clean up after me or something like that. So take these messages as they resonate. Like I said, all of this is coming out how it's supposed to come out. And if you understand it, if the message is for you, okay? So somebody's getting back to themselves. Somebody's starting to pour more into themselves. Somebody is disconnecting because of a process of review, right? Getting rid of old memories, getting rid of just like, what could have, would have, should have been into what's going to happen. How is it going to be? You know, this is what my new mindset is. This is what the new is that's coming. You understand me? So, hey, how you doing? Um, but yeah, what are you exchanging gifts with? This is a reflection. Whatever it is you're exchanging energies with becomes a reflection of you, right? If you walk away from that mirror, if you're not looking at that mirror, if that's not the mirror that you decide to look at to see if you look good, right? Because when you look in the mirror, you look at it to say, well, how do I look here? And if you don't like how you look, you either could do one or two things. You could say the mirror is faulty, right? Or you could say what I'm seeing in the mirror I don't like. And let me go fix it. And let me come back again to see if I like this reflection. Okay, does that make sense? I hope it does. So, yeah. The reflection that you see can be changed also. It's not mandatory. Sometimes we don't realize the reflection because we're not really looking in the mirror. But the moment that you do look in that mirror, it's like you can't deny what you see. You can't deny an ugly outfit. You can't deny that, that you need to take care of your skin. You can't deny that your attitude's bad. You can't deny that whatever, you were wrong. You can't deny those things when you really look at yourself. So, man in the mirror type of thing. The third eye, the reflection again with your eyes. So I'm hearing beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and you're the beholder of your beauty. So how do you feel about it? How do you see yourself now? Where do you see yourself going in the place in which you're at right now? Where do you truly see yourself at? And then how do you also see yourself being better, right? How do you see yourself in a more aligned movements and path? Okay. Ooh, I was gonna take it, but I'm putting it back. The devil. Okay? The devil is gonna try to stop somebody. It always does, right? Especially with that attachment energy coming here. So bad vision, bad negative thoughts about life, about what can be, about where you're at, about what you speak, what you think of yourself, or how you act in any given situation. This third eye is like the foreshadowing. Okay? You could say something like, man, I don't know. You could just say something like, be careful with your words. I'm going to say that. I'm not going to give an example because there's too many coming in my head. But be careful what it is that it's like you are looking at what you're saying is yours, what you are envisioning, right? Because this is like the ripple effect. Okay? Your third eye helps you to see the patterns and where they're leading to. All right, let me get another accelerated motion, get going. So the man holding the heart with attachment and accelerated motion. Okay, so this I'm hearing revving up your engines, you're like changing you're getting your, I'm getting car references. So like I'm seeing somebody who's getting themselves together, getting your vehicle together. All right, you're pouring into yourself here. This attachment energy, it's like you're reattaching your cords to yourself. This accelerated motion, okay? Man holding the heart, you're filling back up. You're filling your cup back up, okay? You had to connect yourself back to yourself. You had to connect yourself back on get back on your A game. Like you may have slipped off a little bit, but it's okay. This is where you see that reflection. It was like, where the hell is this? So let me slow down. Let me get myself back on track. Okay? And sometimes we got to do that. And if you don't, then you're going to end up really someplace that you don't want to be. The authority. You're taking back some type of power. You're reclaiming your footing, the groundwork. Okay? Making sure you are strong, okay? Making sure you are healthy, making sure you are physically intact, physically capable. It's something about your physique, your body. The number 6, 8, and 4 could be important. My house is cold. I'm over here shivering. I don't know why. It was so hot the other day, and now today it's cold and I'm shivering. But there's a new beginning here at the bottom, so I like this. But the third eye, though, in accelerated motion, you already see this person is looking out into the future. They're looking out ahead. They're not even so much, they know that where they are is not the end all be all or where they're supposed to stay, or things are not always going to be the same. So this is a level of optimism you got to have in order to really propel yourself somewhere. All right? Because you can't propel yourself on negative energy. You can, but it will be in the wrong direction. Okay? So this authority is staying steadfast in your discipline, right? Just cleaning up, right? Maybe you need to create some sort of routine or something like that that's going to help you to have a more healthy exchange of energy, right? Yeah, but I'm getting exercise. I keep seeing that. It's just like pouring into your own self, pumping yourself up, getting yourself on track and in line, right? I'm seeing like a train. You're like the person that's driving this train. So which way is it going? Which way is it going? Okay? All right. Let's get some tarot. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Yes, I'm doing a collective reading. Thank you, Julie. If you need a personal reading, please check the description box. You can email me, okay? And we will talk. See that Emperor again. All right, so we standing in our power here. There may be a bit of I'm seeing like a power struggle, but with the self, not with so much other people. A power struggle with yourself. It's like you really could feel yourself in another place, see yourself in another place. You see something, but it's about getting there. All right, let's clarify here. What's going on with this reflection? The moon, the third eye, purifying this distorted image. Okay, that was the beginning message. It's distortion. All right, the moon, though, a lot of emotions come out in certain moon cycles, especially during full moons, new moons, right? You may feel very joyous at times. You may feel very sad at times. You may feel like calling somebody and cursing them out. Another time, you may not feel like being bothered. Okay? So these are the times when you're in like high emotional states that you got to sit down and reflect and not just sit in the emotion. Right? A lot of emotions to happen, but ask yourself, like, why the hell am I feeling mad? Why did this one thing piss me off? Why did that, right? So really, the moon will have you looking at your own reflection. Okay? Literally. The card of the image is the same. The reflection of the moon. Okay? The moon helps you to see yourself, see your greatness. It helps you to see your faults. It helps you to see your light and your darkness. All right? It can look a little strange though. It can look a little because you're not really all the time in that energy of self-evaluation. Right? So when you're going through a self-evaluation, sometimes you got to do that like you judging somebody else. When you be like, ooh, I don't like the way they talk. I don't like the way they do that. Have you ever sat down and done that with yourself? Not in a negative way where you want to put yourself down or anything like that, but just more like in a way of like really getting down into yourself and saying, look at that. King of Swords, I'm over here waving the cards. The king and the king. Neither one of them want to admit their faults. Okay? The King of Wands and the King of Swords. But this is also the energy with the Emperor, the authority being here. You got to hold yourself accountable. All right? Every thought, every action. All right? I'm hearing your spiritual journey is yours to navigate. So there is no map. There is no like official blueprint. There is no official way how it's supposed to be. So it's like you do make up the rules. You do say what you want, what you don't want, but is it actually something that's healthy? Is it actually something that's good? All right, so there could be a conflict of thought and action. Okay, the King of Swords and the King of Wands, though, I like that together. But they can be a little bit of a team that don't stick to the plan. Right? So the King of Swords and the King of Wands cannot stick to the plan. The King of Swords energy can have a plan. The King of Wands energy may like the plan. Right? And then once the plan gets going, the King of Wands is like, all right, so let's start immediately. The King of Swords is like, wait, but I wasn't ready to fully start yet. This is just the plan. Right? So there's something like that battle with yourself, like having a well thought out plan, having even a start of an idea and feeling really good about it, but not fully executing it because of that moon, right? Not really knowing or feeling or, yeah, the Five of Pentacles. But this is where you got to test the waters. This is where you got to go through the not really a test, I don't want to say, but this is where you got to go out there and make it happen, right? This is giving me like, by any means necessarily, by any means necessary, or like, you know, I ain't got it today, but if I don't get up and go and get it tomorrow, I won't ever have it, right? That's what I'm getting with this Five of Pentacles. So we got to stick to the plan. We got to stick to, like even on our, because we may have something here that what we want is all the way up here, but we may feel like we're here, right? We may not be all the way down here, but we're only here. And where we're going, we're like, dang, I really don't know how I'm going to get to the rest of that. You just got to keep doing it, right? Ooh, my cards are sticky. It's been warm. It's been cold. My cards don't know what to do. All right. Come on, my babies. Give me a good message for the collective. What we got going on for July? Let's clarify this energy here with who we got. The man holding the heart and attachments, the Page of Swords, and the Six of Swords. Interesting. So I'm getting two messages from this. This is being so curious, so like this, how do I say? Like your idea that I spoke about, it's like being so much on it. You hop on it. Okay? That King of Swords was a little hesitant. He was like, wait, I'm not ready. But that Page of Swords energy is like very ready, especially with the Six of Wands. I mean, the Six of Swords, okay? But then I'm also getting here, there's something here that's like pushing or like trying to get in on something here. I don't know, there's something here, I like it, but I don't like it. So it's like, information-wise, be careful what you act on. Don't act off a hearsay, all right? I feel like this is that type of energy where you gotta you just gotta learn your lesson with it. So you gotta move and learn your lesson, right? But there's something here that's very promising, something here that excites you, okay? Wanting to move forward and not stick around. The Page of Swords here, though, it's like giving me like something here that's it's like seeing, okay, this is what I'm saying. I'm just like seeing you noticing things, right? Because the Page of Swords is nosy, right? And I'm not getting like someone else is looking in because people are always looking in, right? We don't, what the hell can we do? Everybody got eyeballs. So, like, if somebody's looking at you, if somebody's paying attention to what you're doing, as long as they're not stopping what you're doing, all right, it's fine, all right? They may try, it's okay. You can hide as much as you want, but people will still see, okay? And that goes for me. I understand that because I love my privacy, but nonetheless. But like I said, what I'm getting here is you starting to notice small things, or you starting to see certain parts, of, like certain patterns. Again, certain learning certain things. All right, learning the way, almost like an apprentice. But not without skill. Here we go with the sun. Here comes the sun. We had the moon to start, and here comes the sun. So you're definitely being drawn towards something like that moth to the flame type of energy. Some type of really good news may be coming up here that is going to make you want to maybe change directions or go another way from something, right? You may have had a very particular path you were going down, right, with a very particular mindset, but something here is like when the light shines on it, you can't, it's like everything else that you were kind of thinking about, it changes your mind. So something here could definitely be exciting you in a way that it's like, oh my God. And I'm also seeing people being, getting more in the spotlight. The Emperor. People are, yeah, your spotlight, your time is coming. This Page of Swords here is like a very small gesture that moves things in a bigger way than you expect. With the Sun and the Emperor. Okay, this Page of Swords is like, I didn't think I would be qualified for something, but I went and I applied for it anyway. And now I got it, right? The Page of Swords with the Six of Swords is like, nobody even noticed me come into the room. But the moment I started speaking, they realized I was the Emperor, right? Male or female. So something that's like seeming very small, but is actually very big here. Accelerated motion. It's moving. It's moving. I love the Emperor here twice because, the Emperor is very much like, I'm seeing like, I'm gonna take up my space. I'm gonna take up space and I'm not gonna get mad. Or I'm not gonna, not get mad, but I'm not gonna make it seem like I'm not supposed to have this. Or I'm not supposed to do this. Like, you understand me? There's a level of confidence. Like I said, it's almost like you're like, excuse me, and everybody is like, right? Nobody's listening, and you gotta be like, excuse me, and everybody, oh, and then you get the floor, and then you're like, hey, so this is what it is. You understand me? So that's just what I see. It's like, don't play yourself small. You're moving towards something, thinking like you have confidence in it, and maybe you don't think that it'll take you much far or that far, but it's like, you're going to be surprised. The Hangman. Alrighty. The Hangman is here with this authority. So this is not something that's going to, I'm seeing long lasting actually with this Hangman. I'm hearing this is so crazy. What? This idea is so crazy it just might work. Like, like when you watch the cartoons or a movie and it's like the mad scientist has an idea that just sounds so outrageous, so ridiculous, but once it all happens, but through all the mishaps, through all the ups and downs, at the end they get exactly what it is, right? Sometimes we want things and the ride to it or the pathway to it, it may sound like, oh, this is my ideal thing that I want, but who told me the pathway to get there? I would have to drop off a cliff. I would have to climb up a ladder. I would have to run through fire. I would have to, flip on top of cars. Who told me I would have to do all of that? Nobody. But I believed that I was supposed to be doing that. I was supposed to get from point A to point B. But the steps in between, it had you dancing. But the Emperor card is like, it's no sweat on my shoulder, I'm hearing. Oh, here we go. Long lasting, like I told you, Ten of Pentacles. The Hangman with the Ten of Pentacles. So this is like something here that could change your life, right? If you're not getting a large lump sum of money, not everybody's getting that. But if you are, this is definitely like life-changing things. But whatever this is, it's life-changing. That's coming into, that's like being given to you to, you're being put in charge of this. This is you. You are in charge of this. You're in charge of your life. You're in charge of this opportunity. You're in charge of this next phase of where things are going. So your input matters. Another page is here with the page of wands. This apprenticeship energy. This I'm here to learn. All right, but I'm here to move quickly. I'm here to move things around. I'm here to shake things up. Got the Ten of Swords, 2 tens. What's going on with the Ten of Swords? But the Ten of Swords here is like that. Like I said, I'm coming to shake things up. So this exchanging gifts, the old, like gifts aren't the same. I'm just hearing like what was valuable at one point is not as valuable now. There's new value put on something. All right, removing something out with that, clean it up. The Emperor decides what stays and what goes. Okay, so it's like you get to come in now and change up the things how you want it. You don't have to live underneath or operate underneath the rulership of another, I'm hearing. Okay? This is you really doing what you want and having like I'm hearing creative design, creative freedom. Okay? This is like taking something, I'm seeing an alleyway is what I'm seeing. Right, but taking that and like a photographer who can make that alleyway look like the most coolest place on the earth where you wouldn't necessarily walk through there, right? So there's something here about the creativity, pulling out the creativity in something that was once in the trend, like something was the trend and something here is trending in a different way. I don't know. The High Priestess is at the bottom. A lot of intuition, though, a lot of secrets revealed, a lot of just trust with that High Priestess, okay? But I'm definitely seeing a lot of good energy, but even with this Ten of Swords, this is like, with the I don't know why I keep getting this, but this is something here that's like an exchange of all you had to do. Like, I'm even seeing people that fought really hard to get a degree, right? Had to go through. When you were only going for a 4-year degree, it may have took you 6 years, right? But it's like you still made it there. So still making it, nonetheless. And making it with all still intact, okay? It may have been a rough ride, but you still got all your wheels, all your arms, all your eyes, you understand me? I don't know, maybe you got a few bumps and scars and bruises and stuff like that, but you ain't out of commission, all right? Not at all, not at all. It took some of us a while. It took a while to get me here, but I'm gonna take my time. Don't fight that good shit in your ear. All right, let me stop singing for y'all. Y'all gonna have to pay me for that. All right, where is that deck? I didn't take it out. All right, I'm not gonna look too hard for it. Let's get some advice moving forward for the collective. With this energy, how to savor this energy, how to, keep this energy and make it the best it can be for the collective. I just saw raise your vibration. Okay? Raise your vibration. That's what you got to do. Number 60. Number 6 also is harmony. Okay? So becoming one with what you actually want. All right? Or not one, but tapping into that energy, right? I want a new job. That's the energy I'm tapped into, right? I want this to happen in this particular way. This is my focus. This is where the Emperor and discipline comes into play, because raising your vibration and also keeping it there is not always easy, okay? But it can be done. It can be maintained, all right? And this is where routine helps to like exercise. Doesn't have to be like 1, 2, 3, I'm lifting weights, but it can be, twice a week, I am consciously writing in my journal. I'm consciously asking myself questions and reflecting back on the answers that I'm getting, that I'm seeing, right? I'm going back into places I may not have wanted to go to take my energy back and bring it up to where it needs to be. Because sometimes we have ourselves stuck in certain places, even though we're moving forward, we still have energetic ties to certain things in our life that have already transpired. We're held there. So sometimes we gotta go there, collect ourselves, and put it like, glue that piece up there. Be like, thank you, I needed that. It says, remember who you are, reconnect with spirit, and choose a higher timeline. All right, let's see. Let's get another card here. Collective. I love this energy because I don't feel like this is the energy of I'm giving up, but this is a reminder of like how boss you are, how badass you are, how much you have don't underestimate that about yourself. Don't underestimate your heart either. I'm hearing you got a lot of heart, a lot of bravery. So there's something here about bravery, being brave. But it says you are not a victim of your DNA. And this mask, isn't that the mask she was holding? Probably not the same one, but she has that white mask, and this mask is here. So you could put on a new mask, who wants to wear a mask? Sometimes we have to in certain spaces and places, but you are not your childhood. You are not who your mother wanted you to be, right? You are not who your friends thought you would be. You're who you wanted to be, and that's what really matters. So your DNA, it carries a lot of information, and it passes that information on for generations to come. But with your DNA, you can also alter what is being output, what is being replicated, whatever DNA does, right? Whatever makes you can also improve upon that. So you're not a victim of where your DNA, where your story originated at. Like a DNA strand is endless. And it's, just think about it like that. Like you got new pieces that you could pop on when you need to. Your environment has a huge influence on your life, not just your DNA. Okay, so Justice, number 40, and that's number 62 that came out. Number 40 here with Justice and the sword. Remember I talked about going to collect that energy, having to cut it out and take it back. Rebalance your own scales. Like you was like, hold on, I had too much energy in a negative, or too much energy in the dark, or too much energy on another table that I ain't even have access to no more. Okay, so it's reclaiming your energy. All right, stand up for what you believe in, and you will receive the justice you deserve. Okay, this is also breaking those generational curses, changing the storyline, raising up the vibration of the whole. This is giving me like almost like a family tree or a family painting portrait. And the first speck was started here, right? And it started when everybody else started. They made their mark. And it's like there's more. The more marks that are made, it actually starts to expand. So you're making your mark in your own way. Okay? All right. It says, are you okay? Are you truly? That's that reflection. You got to reflect. Asking your own self, are you okay? All right? This is your divine masculine and feminine having a conversation, having that partners talk that needs to happen. This is not with nobody else either. This is with you. Not who cares? Everybody else you can have all the talks you want with. But when you put yourself and you start to listen, that's your divine feminine listens to what your divine masculine wants to put action toward, what it feels like is being neglected, what it feels like, all of that stuff, right? This is some like relationship shit with yourself. Your relationship with self. Not relationship with others. This is the relationship with self. Okay? The divine feminine didn't come out here, but the emperor came out twice. So there's a lack of that feminine energy. With the moon being here, that energy is needed. It's a balance that's needed. Especially justice also is balance in a way. All right? May not show balance. Actually, he is balanced. He's balanced on his feet so that he could swing that sword in the right with precision. Right? His stance is precise, so his execution is precise. Whew. I'm getting a lot here, guys. I'm getting a lot, but I gotta go cook. So, I'm gonna get you one of these. I guess that's the one, maybe. All right, I'm gonna get you one more. It says, do it your way. Okay? I told you it's not about nobody else, it's about you. Okay, you were never meant to fit in. You were born to be a wild and free force of nature, here to build new and better worlds. Allow yourself to go and do that. Like I said, this is that family portrait. It started here, but you got a space that's all the way up here to start creating, so this starts expanding. Let me get one more. And it says raise the bar. So we're going to raise our vibration. We got to raise the bar to get there. Okay? We can't be at a low bar. We can't be at a low standard. We got to have high standards for ourselves and what we want in life. And achieve it by actually knowing that you deserve it. Not even believing that you could do it. Knowing that you deserve it. Knowing that, yeah, I'm supposed to eat. And I'm going to go eat. I'm going to feed myself. You know? When you set higher standards for the people and situations in your life, you create space for new levels of joy and abundance, raised above old patterns. So you're not accepting certain things from people either. Once you raise the bar on what you expect from others, it either forces them to step up or it forces them to step back. Okay? But even when they step up, be mindful of the authenticity of how they're stepping. How is their stance, right? Does it match? Does it work with you? Are you tripping up when you're next to this person? You know what I mean? All right. Zoltar, give me one message, Zoltar, to wrap up this message for the collective, for the July check-in. It's something they could leave here with. I mean, they're leaving here with all this, but still. Zoltar giving y'all two messages. So, it says, this one has, okay, let me just read it. It says, you have not been wise with your money lately. It is important to reward yourself for your hard work, but you must learn that saving your riches will not, saving your riches now will pay off in the future. A fool and their money will soon part. Remember this next time you receive a sum of money and try to manage it wisely. Okay? And now we have, this one says, good boy, sorry Fido, out of dog food. So something here about money. Somebody's changing their situation that they're not in the deficit no more, right? This money situation doesn't have to be physical money, but things of value where you may feel like you don't have it and you got to go get it. Anyway, it says, when you are right, stand up for yourself. When you are wrong, get on your knees and beg for mercy. In the realm of right and wrong, your stance, justice, I just said that, shapes your destiny. Stand tall with conviction when truth is your ally. But when mistaken, humility becomes your shield. Embrace the art of balance, defend with courage, and seek forgiveness with grace. And you shall navigate life's intricate tapestry with wisdom and integrity. Okay, I'm going to give y'all the numbers here. We got 38, 12, 19, 41, 9, and 6. And then we have 12, 29. 12 is here twice. Anyway, 12, 29, 41, 57, 22, and 64. So, let's do what we got to do, collective, and let's get this game going. Let's raise up this bar. Let's be better to ourselves, for our future, for our present, for our families, for everything that we have going on that we truly care about. Okay? Do better, be better, and you'll get better. All right? I love you, and I will be back. Let me go cook for these kids. Talk to you later. Deuces. Bye.